On behalf of myself, the mayor of the city of Wilmington, as well as the city council and the citizens of Wilmington, we congratulate the 2016 IHSA state cheerleading champions and reward them with keys to the city for their accomplishment this year.
Cassie Andrews. I'm Lauren Rose, and we're the two of the three captains from the 2016 state champion cheerleading team.
What was the most difficult part of the season?
Probably the injuries that we had to overcome. I guess.
Just one injury, is that what I'm hearing? One major injury?
Yeah, but it was in the beginning of the season when we just started out, so it was kind of hard to overcome when we just learned our routine. So.
What position?
She was a flyer.
Oh boy. It's not easy to train a new flyer either, is it? The absolutely most fulfilling part.
When they call our name for state champions. Yeah.
That's a pretty obvious one, right?
Yeah.
Each of your favorite stunts to do?
Low to high.
Low to high, what is that? Because I have no idea.
How do we explain it? I go up on one leg, and then I go down, and then I switch.
In the air, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. There's the cheerleaders of the cheerleaders. There we go. There we go.
Announcement of the temporary appointment of water treatment plant superintendent. Darren. Wow, total blank.
Fowler.
Darren Fowler to the water plant treatment plant superintendent temporary appointment. It'll be ongoing, as you know, as we'll continue that discussion for a more permanent spot in the weeks ahead with personnel. I'd like to make everybody aware of that. Citizens' comments. We got citizens' comments tonight?
They all left.
Nobody's here?
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, we chat with her? I got laryngitis. I can't talk.
Is Peggy here?
You can take care of her after the meeting. All right. Seeing no citizens' comments, Planning and Zoning Commission, their next scheduled meeting is Thursday, March 3rd, 2016 at 5 o'clock p.m. Committee reports, pay no mention on the committee reports under Finance and Administration tonight. Items 2, 3, and 4 will be moved to a later time, either at a special meeting or the next council meeting. The amendments haven't been finalized yet. Still some wording issues, so we'll wait on that. So first committee is Building Grounds, Parks, Health and Safety, Alderman Persick, Alderman Van.
Mayor, next meeting is Wednesday, March 9th, 2016 at 5:30 p.m.
Water, Sewer, Streets and Alleys Committee, Alderman Studer, Alderman Kerwin.
Mr. Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, March 9th, 2016 at 6 p.m.
Police and ESTA, Alderman Tudor, Alderman Studer.
Mr. Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, March 8th, 2016 at 5:30 p.m.
Finance, Administration, Land Acquisition, Alderman Studer, Alderman Tudor.
I move to approve the accounts payable report in the amount of $290,640.30 as presented by the city attorney.
Motion by Alderman Tudor, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Studer. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Alderman Tudor.
Yes.
Alderman Studer. Alderman Evans. Alderman Kirby Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Larry Hall.
Yes.
Alderman Kerwin.
Yes.
Alderman Persick.
Yes.
7 yes, 1 absent, motion passes.
Next scheduled meeting is Wednesday, March 16th at 6 p.m.
Ordinance and License Committee, Alderman Hall, Alderman Evans.
Yes, Mayor, next scheduled meeting is Tuesday, March 8th, 2016, at 6 o'clock p.m.
Personnel and Collective Bargaining, Alderman Hall, Alderman Persick.
Nothing at this time. The next scheduled meeting is blank. Next month.
Well, yeah, we'll need to look at
At 5:30.
I think we'll need to look at the schedule one. We'll give it the coach chairs and then set one up because I know we got to continue on the employee handbook.
Oh, so you're still working on it. That's why we didn't have one last month.
Yeah, we just finished up the final reviews and
We gotta eat on around the girl.
architects training. So I think we'll be waiting for one more final comment to come back on what the call regulations.
So we're gonna have one special meeting before.
Yeah.
Prior to that.
Yeah, I haven't always scheduled something up this month sometime.
We'll probably try to look as we work through the water plant superintendent and everything to do at the same time instead of having a separate meeting. I'll make sure we get that finalized. Set up for discussion anyway. All right, city administrator's report, Mr. Graham.
Yeah, a couple updates. We are ready to submit the final design for Peatone and Route 53 intersection improvements. So hopefully, once we hear back from IDOT, out in the next 30 days, we'll be able to put it on the bid schedule like we thought for either April, late April, or beginning of May. Also, we met with the engineers for the South Arsenal and 53, and we're going to be doing a staging bid on that project since we're still working on right-of-way acquisition on the south end. But IDOT has agreed to allow us to stage that project. So we're going to be bringing something to Wausau, more of an update on how that's going to work. If everything goes right, we should be able to get approval from IDOT for the bidding. That probably go to bid probably in late May or early June, maybe a little sooner. These things approved. So those two projects will definitely be some kind of a summer project for construction of those two intersections. And we'll see how that works.
Tony, there's a sold sign on the northeast corner of Peatone and 53 on the commercial. What is that?
On the one that was in front of Water's Edge,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, that was sold, the bank sold that to a group. They're out marketing right now.
Oh, they haven't brought anybody in yet?
They had a couple letters of intents. Now they're trying to work them into a contract, see if they can do that. But it's commercial. We're looking at a restaurant. They're hoping to be able to pull in a hotel possibly. They're in discussion with, and convenience type gas station. Sort of like I'll say it's like a Casey's or something to that
You
effect.
look at something besides that dirt.
Yeah, we're hoping that, you know, just in the discussions we had to, we told them once they, you know, I think they're waiting to get more, like you said, get more concrete, then they'll come in. We'll bring that concept plan, what they know to do with.
I just wonder if everybody's seen it as casting behavior, there's a sold sign, what's going on in there?
Yeah, I would say probably the April planning commission is what they're trying to shoot for the site plan review for as a concept. We did sit down with IDOT in regards to their access, so that worked well. IDOT was agreeable for their full access. It was designed, it was back in 2009, there was a concept of access points on 153 there, and that seemed to be still workable for IDOT. I think, like I said, I think in April we'll be able to see a site plan.
Is that down 53 and then down Peatone too, or is it just down Peatone?
It's just down
53.
The one, if you look at the front of Water's Edge, that whole through there,
So it goes-
Water's Edge on 53, is if you're going towards
Up
South
the quarter.
Arsenal, right across from cold storage,
Yeah.
that whole area there.
South. North and south on the east side.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, it's deeper than what we think.
yeah, it's yeah, we can get rid of the dirt, it's a lot deeper than what we think.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you can't tell that dirt bill.
Yeah, it's almost 10 acres.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's like 10.6 or something.
And everything.
Yeah, it's good enough size.
That's good.
The only other thing is we will have at O&L, we got a couple of updates. Nellie's is looking to have their license, and a request to the mayor for them to go to a full service liquor license, but they're really planning on only doing, like when they have the painting night, they have requests coming in for like margaritas and Bloody Marys, where they can't sell that now. So that'll be at the O&L, they would like to be able to at least be able to do those type of drinks for the license, but we don't have any liquor license available for full restaurant for alcohol. So that'll be one up, Steve Nelson, probably at the meeting to discuss it.
There'll be some challenges basically. We'll discuss.
Yeah, we can discuss that. And then on the curve, the update with the old church property, talked to the owner again, said if the military museum wasn't able to raise the funds, they're going to be out outside the market. They are doing that. They do have a concept that they're bringing forth, so we should see some type of, we just have some interest in regards to some, what I would call more of an interim use, when they're going to come in with the concept and present that. I think we're going to probably bring it to O&L because under our zoning code, we do have a temporary use under zoning in all the districts. So once they finish this plan out there, it's a Route 66 theme they're looking to do, more like a swap-a-rama type thing, outdoor event. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what it's going to look like.
Tony, does anything that they bring have to be teed off with a, or in that intersection off with a layout?
That's the main challenge they're going to have is regards to entrance off of 53. So we're going to be discussing it with IDOT and what we can do with that entrance, where the curb's at, and see how that can work. But the good thing about it is the entrance is starting to show up there. The Military Museum is still trying to raise the funds, but they did have a setback when Dr. Fred had that accident with his hip, and he's finally up and moving around. So they even travel to all the other companies that gave them as tents for fundings. We'll see how it works. But yeah, you might see something. If it's a zoning issue, I'd like to bring it, have them come to you guys first instead of going to the zoning board, because I think that's a unique type of use that we're going to look at outdoor. Public flea market atmosphere. I think there's some challenges with that. Yeah, I think so. All right, that's all. Thank you.
Attorney's report, Mr.
Thank you. Since the last city council meeting, I was informed that the judge allowed the city to serve the defendant on the Marathon Station case by publication. So that's in the works. And that's all I have.
What happens after the whole publication? Once we satisfy the publication, what are our next steps? Do we have any really next steps? We've got to wait up to
Well, it's in a sense a completion of what we've done already in regards to asking the court to appoint the city as a receiver in the tax deed proceeding. So in the tax deed proceeding, the county requested the appointment of a receiver so that property could be made to become in compliance with the city ordinances in regards to health and safety. So the mechanism to get that in the tax deed proceeding was to have this preliminary injunction type of case filed against Marathon to require them to bring the property in compliance with the city code. So essentially we got quite a bit of the relief we wanted by going to the tax deed proceeding. But Marathon case itself against Mr. Saad Sindhu is mainly the underlying case. We had to get service on him in order to proceed. So basically we got most of the relief that we wanted in the tax deed proceeding to the other case. The defendant served on that.
And once we get receivership, then we have an interest into the property under our code enforcement. Then we can then go to the IEPA along with the Attorney General injunction, or Attorney General filing that claim against them. But the IEPA and State Fire Marshals has stated, and once we move into that proceedings, for our code, we're going to be required them to get the property up to code. And due to the fact that the tanks do have to come out, we did finally get confirmation from the state. There is no relief in regards to those tanks. They do want the tanks removed. So they're under violation by not doing that. So we're sort of taking that lead role to where we can then go to that proceedings. And once we're under that control, we can then request for, as receivership, some type of funding to take that on. Mainly because the state just doesn't move in that direction anymore. They used to come in and clean these sites up, but they don't have any funds. We're hoping that we're going to be able to go into the Lust Fund, leak undertaking storage fund. There is money there, and we can apply, because owners can apply for that. With us having an interest in the property, we're going to apply for those funds. And then we could, if we do get awarded those funds, that we could go in and get the tanks removed, get the building tore down, get the canopy tore down, get the property. It's sort of a hybrid brownfield economic development process, but we're just getting creative, which we have to do for this to happen. And if the goal is met, and we can get the funding, then we can clean up the property. And we'll never have, during the whole process, we're not going to take on any of the liability until we know we get the NFR, no further remediation. Once we have that done, then with all the lien that we'll have on the property, right now we have a lien we're going to apply for removing the tanks, or removing the pumps. Then we're going to be able to go in there and get the property, and then we'll take ownership of the property. We'll take ownership after everything's cleaned up. And then we'll be able to take ownership, we can figure out what we're going to do with it. And that way, hopefully we cover some of our costs, which right now we're right under 10,000 with everything we've been doing for the last 3 or 4 years with the environmentals, and the John's fees might be a little higher in regards to this. The goal is to get the property back up, usable, as for economic development. Small steps.
Doesn't the state have a lien on that too?
No.
The county?
No, they don't. So, they haven't spent any money, is what it really comes down to. I mean, they spend money under the regulatory, for the IEPA, but that doesn't get the right to go for the lien to property.
Okay, but the taxes would go to county, right?
Correct.
And they didn't file a lien on it or
The county
anything?
tax, well, there's unpaid property taxes on the property.
So wouldn't
No
they
one's bid on it.
override ours?
Pardon?
Wouldn't that override what we're doing so far? We
No,
would become partners with somebody.
The procedure is the county tax agent, representative of the county, has all the tax bodies, has purchased the taxes, which is basically bid on the taxes. They don't pay anything. But it's in lieu of anybody else bidding on the property. No one's going to bid on the property because they know that they're not going to get any money out of the property. Most people bid at tax sales to either acquire the property or to make interest in case someone doesn't pay the taxes. Well, there's problems with the property because of the underground storage tanks.
Yeah, this is more a liability than a profit maker.
And no one's going to buy the property for the taxes to make 18% interest on the property over 6 months. Every 6 months they get another 18%. No one's going to do that because they know that they can't get a sale and error on the property to get the interest. So all they're going to do is get the money back. So the county purchased the certificate of taxes. And after the period of time expires, for which the owner can redeem the taxes, the county can go into court to get a tax deed. And traditionally, if a municipality has a lien on the property, they have basically the ability to request that the county convey the property to the municipality to be able to lien on it. So, and when, as Tony said, the city has done work on the property through receivership, so the city would have a lien on the property. That's the plan. There are some other part of the property once there's an NFR on the property. So.
That's a big gamble again.
Well, no matter what, even if somebody redeems the taxes, they can't redeem the taxes until the
I know, we
cost of the receiver of the pays.
Yeah. Okay, and we're setting that right around $10,000.
Over the last 3 years in the environmental and attorney costs, moving those pumps, probably over 10,000 somewhere.
Okay. All right. Attorney report.
All right, anything else? See motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, your favor?
All right.
Good, sir. Next council meeting.